Good morning, good evening, everybody. Bradley Sutton, Helium 10 here. We are live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. This is going to be day one in an 8-day video series where I'm going to be reviewing some launch strategies that came from the Maldives honeymoon strategy that I talked about in the podcast. This is the Maldives behind me. This is where I recorded that episode. So I'm going to get into that today's strategy in just a little bit, but we've already been hearing some really good things from it. Let me read to you guys an Instagram message I just got like 2 hours ago. So I put on my Instagram H10 Bradley. I put a little snippet of that podcast, and then Christian said right now. You guys can see his message right there. It's as a reply. Just put this a couple hours ago. He says literally the best podcast episode in terms of value with this method, and in 5 days with only 15, I repeat 15 units, I ranked on page one, position 7 with a 37,000 monthly search volume keyword. I got 4 keywords in the top 10, 34 in the top 50, all on the first page. And so he had said that it was the Maldives honeymoon method that we talked about in the podcast that got him that helped with that. So I'm going to give you guys today's strategy from there in just a couple of minutes here, and then I'm going to take if you guys have any questions on it as well. But before then, I'm going to be doing this every day. We've got a special for you if you guys didn't get the email, and this is for anybody out there who is not already a platinum or diamond member of Helium 10. If you're a free, or if you're a la carte, or maybe you used to have a membership and you cancel it in the last few months for whatever reason, you're not a full platinum member, we have an end of the year special that's going to be going only until the end of December. And I'm going to give you guys 2 extra bonuses for those who are watching this live or who see it on the Instagram. You guys are going to get an extra bonus if you use the special code. So anyways, the let me give you guys the link here. Basically what this is you get 2 months 25% off. Normally the discount for is only 10% a month. You can get 25% off month 1, 25% off of month 2. And then in addition to that, you're going to get 2 free months of Freedom Ticket Extra. That's that FTX that you guys see right down there. FTX is our coaching program where Kevin King, you can ask Kevin King live questions once a week. You can ask myself questions once a month. Karen Thomas is on there. Barkus, Vince gives PPC strategies once a month. We've got a whole team that's normally $77 a month. You're going to get 2 months of that for free. Now, that's what everybody can get who goes to the link. But those of you who do this link right down here, or the one that you probably got in your email, and you've been watching this video, I'm going to give you guys a special code to use. And today's code is going to be SUMO. All right. So here's the thing. If anybody who signs up before December 31st, here's the extra bonuses you guys are going to get if you use the code SUMO in February. So like on February 1st, you send the code SUMO to customer service and say, hey, I signed up for this deal. You're going to get a choice of either number 1, my personal sourcing agent in China, who I use to find and source and ship and everything, all of the products that I launched this year. I've just used one person. You're going to get her contact information if that's what you choose as your second bonus. Or the other option could be more valuable to some of you. You'll get a one-on-one consultation call with Karen Thomas, who's our listing optimization expert here at Helium 10. And you can show her your Amazon listing, and she'll give you personalized feedback and help you optimize your listing in a one-on-one call. So that's like the extra bonus. Again, if you use the code SUMO, SUMO, all right, or the code Maldives, whichever is easier for you to remember. So everybody who signs up for this, where's my fingers here? There we go. Who signs up for this code down here, gets the 2 months, 25% off and the Freedom Ticket Extra. But then those of you who use the code SUMO or the code Maldives on February 1st, that means you guys stuck with us through that second month. You're going to get one of those 2 other bonuses. All right, now let's get into today's strategy. Again, this is going to be 8 different days of strategy on a little recap of what we did on the Maldives. Now, if you want to see the whole entire episode, you can go on your Spotify or on your Apple Podcast and just look for episode 200 or Maldives Honeymoon. It was just about 3 weeks ago. You can listen to the whole thing. But today's strategy that I wanted to talk about is the waiting to create the listing. All right. So, what I did in order to try and get that Maldives honeymoon action is every time I launch a new product, the normal thing that people do is they create the listing in Amazon so that they can get their FNSKU, which is the Amazon barcode, and then send that to their factory in China so they can print off those labels, right? I don't do that for the first one. I only do that from the second shipment on, right? From the first shipment, I do not have a listing available on Amazon. I just have the factory produce the product and ship it to me, to my warehouse uh, directly. All right. Once it gets here, once I'm ready to ship it to Amazon, that day, that's when I create my brand new Amazon listing that's fully optimized and everything. And I can get my FNSKU sticker from there or from Amazon Seller Central. And I print it off and I put on the labels myself so that from within 24 hours of that listing going live, I'm getting sales on that listing. Does that make sense? So that's part of what I talked about. And for the Maldives method is I try and get my first sale, not within 24 hours of it going in stock or within 24 hours of it arriving in Amazon or whatever, within 24 hours of the listing even being created at all. That's when I try and get 20 sales within that first time period. And to do that, that means I have to ship it to myself first. Or if you guys don't have a warehouse, in your backyard like I do, you do the same thing. You'd ship it to a third party logistics warehouse or somewhere else. So that's the first method that we talked about in that long podcast. It's about an hour long. So make sure to go see that on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or you can go to helium10.com/podcast and look for episode 200. So right now, if there's any questions, I'm only going to go live for about 10-15 minutes a day over the next 8 days to talk about a different method. But if you have any launch related questions, or if you've had some experience with it, let me know right now and I'll be happy to answer it. While I let you guys catch up to that, I know there's a little delay here on the live. Again, let me just reiterate, we have this special right down here. Anybody who is not a Helium 10 member right now, or who you've canceled before, come back to us, or you've never been a Helium 10 member, want to try it out, h10.me/buy, as in buy, 2020. And you're going to get 2 months, 25% off, 2 months of FTX, which is Freedom Ticket Extras, our coaching program. And if you stay to the second month, you're going to get the option of either getting my personal sourcing agent for all my products in China, or a one-on-one consultation call with Karen Thomas for your Amazon listing. Let's see some questions here. Sema says, "Hey Bradley, where do you set search, find, buy from?" Yeah, so part of the Maldives honeymoon method is I do search, find, buy in the beginning. And in the past, I've used two different companies. No affiliation to Helium 10 or myself. I don't get any commission or anything. But because I don't have time to set up Facebook ads or get my own customers for search, find, buy, I use these companies. I've used rankbell.com and I've used azrank.com. That's why I've personally used. And I know other people have as well. All right. What else can we see? This has nothing to do with the Helium 10. Krishna says Helium 10 sales analytics is not perfect. Well, depends what you mean by sales analytics. All right. If you're talking about what, in profits, it is perfect in the sense that it's just pulling that information from Helium 10, or I'm sorry, from Amazon. So whatever your Amazon is showing, it's literally the same thing as far as the base price sales. Whatever, we can only give what Amazon gives. Now, if you're talking about sales estimations, no, we've never said that that's perfect. It's always within 5 to 40%, though. In like 90% of the cases, almost all the cases that I've seen, it's well within the realm of possibility. All right. Here we go. Facebook user says, "What is the benefit of creating the listing the same day as you get sales?" Well, again, that's the whole theory here that I talked about. Is I was trying, if you listen to the whole episode, I'm trying to recreate how I was able to get such amazing effects, which is what I call the Maldives honeymoons. For example, there was a keyword I only did a search, find, buy, gave away, whatever you want to call it, something like I think it was like 8 or 10 units for a keyword that has 15,000 searches. got to page one position too. There was another one where it was 60,000 search volume, didn't give any products away, got to page one, position one. So one of the common denominators in my case studies over the past year, where I was like, okay, what happened that's different than what the average person does that helped me get these ridiculous results, was that I created it immediately. Now, if you're asking me why I think that works, I don't know. I can give my opinion. I'm not going to be one of those people who says, "Oh, this is why this works because Amazon's algorithm works this way." Nobody knows how exactly Amazon algorithm works. But if you want me to theorize, I would say that the reason why this helps is because if Amazon sees a brand new listing get sales so fast that don't even have a coupon code or anything, right? Then it's like maybe it's the Amazon owners are like, wow, this product is hot. This is a really good product. We're gonna show it some love. That's just my theory. But again, who knows why that works? Let's see. Good question here. Good question from Shabbat. If my listing is suppressed, is it still affecting my score? I'm assuming you're talking about like the Maldives honeymoon, and sometimes it works. So sometimes if you do uh, create your listing 2-3 months in advance and then suppress it or close it, set your launch date in the future, and then try to launch it. Sometimes you can still get the Maldives effect. I've seen it happen on mine like a couple times only. Not always, and then a couple other people I've seen it happen. But for me, I always do it the other way because every single time I've done it that way, I've gotten a lot of love. All right. So from Amazon for doing it that way. But if you absolutely have no way of putting your own labels on your listing, you cannot wait until the product comes to America to do that. You can try suppressing it. And like in my personal experience, like maybe 50% of the time, you'll still get the good results. Krishna says, I want to sell herbal tea on Amazon India. That sounds like a great product to sell on Amazon India. Now, have I tried the Maldives effect in Amazon India? No, I've only tried this on Amazon USA. So I'm not sure how it would work, this kind of launch method for Amazon India. But with my knowledge of the Amazon or of the market in there, I think that would be a pretty good, pretty decent product to do. Sidhu says, "Hey Bradley, what's going on, my man? How's it going?" All right, guys. So again, thank you very much for tuning in. Every day I'm going to be going on at different times of the day. Right now it's 2 a.m. in Pacific time. Today's what, Wednesday? Thursday, it might be 2 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm not sure. I'm going to come on a different time. So make sure, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube or LinkedIn or on Facebook, whatever you're watching this on, make sure that the notifications are turned on. So there's usually something that you can click subscribe on YouTube and then turn the notifications on. There's like a little bell, or on Facebook, make sure to turn it, say get notified whenever Helium 10 goes live or something. And then you'll get this message. Again, once a day, I'm going to be going live and going over a different aspect of the Maldives launch strategy, because I'm hoping that a lot of you guys in 2021 are going to be able to use some of the things in that launch strategy to make your launches, your Amazon launches, a little bit more effective. So I'll be doing that every day. And then who knows, maybe I might have something special. I might do sometimes, like 2-3 times a year, I do like what I call a megathon, where I try and go live for like 8 hours straight, bring different cool guests. I have something in mind on that. I was thinking, let me just, put this to you guys. I was thinking of doing something a little bit different. And like at the end of the year, maybe on the 31st, going live for like 8 hours straight, but no influencers, no software providers, no quote unquote gurus, no coaches, etc. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe, but just, in other words, nobody who's selling anything. I want to have like the entire day where I just interview actual Amazon sellers, like normal, like they don't have to be making $1 million. They could be making 1 million. They could be making 10 million. They could be making $10,000. But I want to interview some like real people that you guys can relate to, who have done well in 2020, and talk to them about what has worked with them, and what their plans are for 2021. And who knows, maybe there'll be somebody that you guys can relate to. So that's my goal. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. But I wanted to do something a little bit different for the end of the year. So I might do that on the 31st, where I invite different actual Amazon sellers, people from right here in this Facebook group. If you're listening there, Helium 10 members, etc. So if that's something that you would probably tune into, let me know, and I'll try and make that happen. Um, let's see. Facebook user. By the way, guys, the reason why it says Facebook user is you guys didn't click the link. So if anybody's watching this on Facebook, there's a link in the description above where it's something like streamyard.com/Facebook. You got to click on that so that I can see your name. All right. So keep that in mind for the next time I go live on Facebook. But do I brand register all my products? I'm assuming you're talking about like the case study products I do. Yes. Everything I do for private label is absolutely brand registered. So if I'm doing something um, private label for one of my case studies, I always try and get brand registry for it so I can have access to all the different PPC campaigns and other things that are available to brand registered sellers. Shay says, much love, Bradley. Thank you very much, Shay. Vladimir says, sup. What's up, Vladimir? Molina Jang's awake. Are you still in? Where you at? Are you in Korea right now? Anybody in Korea, you guys are just killing me. I just been binge watching Korean shows nonstop the last 2 weeks. I binge watched 2 complete new shows. Startup, and also now what am I binge watching? Memories of the Alhambra or something. Anyways, don't get me started on Korean drama. I'll go live and talk about Korean drama like too much. Let's see. Facebook user says, COVID has skyrocketed sales for many sellers in 2020. Absolutely. Do you see the same level of growth in 2021? No. Absolutely not. Like, I'm 99% sure we're not going to see anything like what we saw this year for the people who really skyrocketed. However, that being said, the growth curve is going to continue to increase. There's going to be continued growth. I don't think it's going to go like down to the levels of 2019, because I think more people now than ever are shopping online, and a lot of people who never wanted to shop on Amazon before, they kind of had to out of necessity, right? Out of necessity. And so I think they like it. I've talked to people like that where they're like, man, I never wanted to order on Amazon, but man, I started doing it, and this is like super cool, right? So I think those kind of people are going to continue to order on Amazon, and we're going to see increased sales. But Project X, guys, for example, the coffin shelf compared to last year around this time, it's like night and day. It's ridiculous. I think in 1 week, in 1 week for the coffin shelf on Project X, we sold something like 350 units or something recently. It's ridiculous, the amount of sales, how it has gone up. Let's see here. Who else we got going here? We got a couple questions. Giovanni says, do you apply for a trademark before launching a product or after it's a success? Giovanni, I kind of like, it's a very good question. So for a couple of the ones I did, I waited. I didn't have it ready, and I only did it, actually, I wasn't even fully committed to these case studies I was doing. But then I was like, you know what? These are going to be good. I want to be able to show everybody how to do sponsored brand campaigns and things. So I'm going to go ahead and get brand registered. So on those, I did it like 2 months after I launched, but I just launched another brand on Amazon last week. I just launched another brand. And from a week ago, I already had applied for the trademark for their, so that I'll have that trademark probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I use one of the Helium 10 companies, sellertrademarks.com, to get an expedited German trademark. It usually it costs like about $1,400, I think, but I can get brand registry and the trademark in like 10 days. So that's what I did. So like that product is not a success yet because it just launched last week, but I know that I want to be able to give all the different sponsored brand campaigns for it. And I do think that doing sponsored brand campaigns, sponsor display, and having access to those kind of things, in my opinion, does play a nice role in the launch. You know, whether you want to call that Maldives launch or not, you know, it's whatever. But it's, to me, it's an important aspect now of my launch strategy is taking advantage of everything that having brand registry offers. You know, whether that's the A plus listings, the sponsored brand, sponsored display campaigns, having a storefront, etc. Shay says, aloha from Hawaii, 12:10. Oh, that's right. It's early over there. It's only 12. Aloha to you, Shay. JM says, your search, find, buy method that you talked about is available outside of the US, French marketplace. You can check. I'm not sure. Again, I've never tried it, but you can check with those companies, Rank Bell, and I'm pretty sure AZ Rank has that available in France, but I'm not 100% sure because, like I said, I've never used it before for over there. Will ads have more current data? For instance, I can only see up to December 19th in ads. No, that's 100% on purpose because what happens is there's data there. We could do it easily, no problem. But sometimes it's 25 to 75% not complete because Amazon takes a few days to show all of the information. So what you see even in Amazon right now, you can go in and see what your PPC was yesterday. It's not always accurate. All right. It's most of the time it's not accurate because remember, somebody can click on something like today, right? And maybe there was no sale. So what will your A cost be? Your A cost would be X because you got to click and you paid for it, but there was no sale. But then so they buy it tomorrow, right? Well, that original click is going to get the attribution. Like so that that original click now went from infinity A costs to like 20% A costs because Amazon knows that that person or it's assigning that sale to that person who clicked on that ad from before. And then just sometimes just in general, Amazon data is behind. So that's why we always have it at least 3 days in the past to give Amazon time to have its data be accurate. Otherwise, you'd be looking at wrong information. So you should, I mean, whether you're using ads or whether you're using your own Seller Central, don't look at your data like in the last 1, 2, 3 days because a lot of the time it's not accurate. Maney says, hey, Bradley, how to create a listing one day for FBA when shipment may take 3 weeks to Amazon, or do you launch FBM until FBA is ready? That right there, me. Excellent question. That is going to be part of day 2 or day 3 of these live videos, where I'm going to talk about that exact thing and how that works into being part of the Maldives honeymoon. Excellent question, Maney. All right. Any other questions about the Maldives? We got Lloyd. Lloyd, what are you doing awake? What are you doing awake? Ano ginagawa ba ninyo doon, Lloyd? Ano oras? Oh, it's the middle of the day for Lloyd, but I think you worked today, didn't you, Lloyd? All right. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I said it would only be 10 minutes and I ended up doing 25 minutes. So sorry about that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Again, next 8 days, I'm going to be going live. And as a recap, again, don't forget, take advantage of this deal. It's going to be gone at the end of the year. h10.me/buy 2020. In addition to 2 months at 25% off and 2 months of Freedom Ticket Extra, which is $154. If you would pay for it separately, you're going to get the option if you stay until month 2 to either get my personal Chinese sourcing agent, where I have used to get all of my products, every single product that generated over $1 million of sales this year in 2020, whether it's Project X or whether it's Project 5K, everything. I use one person there to help arrange everything. And I'll give you access to her. But if you already got your own sourcing agent, what I would do is take advantage of the second offer, which is you have a choice, is to get that one-on-one consultation for listing optimization with Karen Thomas. So don't forget, sign up here below, guys, h10.me/buy 2020. And the rest of you guys who are already members, don't feel left out. I mean, you guys have already been, we give you guys like, nice free and cool prices and stuff for the last few months, but this is just for the new ones or people who are coming back. So anyways, guys, have a great rest of the night or day, and we'll see you guys live tomorrow. Bye-bye.